Welcome to Learn Chinese from Scratch. Here you can learn Chinese effortlessly. This is a basic introductory course. We have two goals. First, master the basic concepts and rules of Chinese, need to understand and apply them to learning. Second, master simple daily communication. If you want to get the best learning effect, please follow the video to think, understand the memory points in the video, and you need to prepare a special notebook and write by hand to complete the after-class exercise, which can greatly deepen your memory and improve the learning efficiency. Okay, now let's start our first lesson. Lesson 1. Learn only one word.
你好，你好，你好。
It means hello. Through this word, we can explore the mystery of Chinese. Above is Pinyin, below is Chinese characters, 2 Pinyin syllables, 2 Chinese characters.
你好，你好。
One Chinese character corresponds to 1 Pinyin syllable. Pinyin is the phonetic system, and Chinese characters are the writing system. We can see the correspondence between English and Chinese. First of all, let's understand Chinese characters. Learning Chinese characters requires understanding 2 key points. First, how Chinese characters are formed, and second, the relationship between Chinese characters and words. How are Chinese characters formed? Let's split up the words we learned today. A word composed of 2 Chinese characters that can be split into 2 separate Chinese characters. We continue to observe these 2 Chinese characters and find that they each have left and right structures. Continue split. We have 4 separate structures. These 4 individual structures are actually Chinese characters, which are simple Chinese characters. They only have a single structure, and when combined into complex multi-structure Chinese characters, they undergo some deformation. The brackets show their original appearance. Can simple Chinese characters be split again? It can be split into strokes, but the strokes have no meaning, they are not Chinese characters. We won't talk about that level for now. By presenting this process, we can understand the relationship between Chinese characters and words. Simple Chinese characters have only a single structure, so they are single component characters, with 1 Chinese character corresponding to 1 phonetic syllable. From a word perspective, they are monosyllabic words. Simple Chinese characters synthesize complex Chinese characters with new meanings. From the perspective of Chinese characters, they have multiple structures, and they are multiple component characters. From the perspective of words, a Chinese character corresponds to a Pinyin syllable, and they are also monosyllabic words. When 2 Chinese characters are combined, they have a new meaning. From the perspective of Chinese characters, this combination is not Chinese characters anymore. 2 Chinese characters correspond to 2 Pinyin syllables. This word is a disyllabic word. Now let's make a summary of Chinese characters and words, which is also our memory point 1. There are 2 types of words, both composed of Chinese characters. The first type is a monosyllabic word of 1 Chinese character. The second type is a disyllabic word composed of 2 Chinese characters. There are also 2 types of Chinese characters. The first type is a single component character, simple Chinese character with only 1 structure. The second type of multiple component characters is composed of multiple single component characters. Words are made up of Chinese characters, so how do we learn and remember Chinese characters? The total number of multiple component characters can reach an astonishing 100,000, with about 1,500 of the most commonly used multiple component characters. We remember that these 1,500 characters are enough to use, but we still feel a bit too many. However, there are only about 200 commonly used single-component characters, and single-component characters are all evolved from hieroglyphics, which have strong graphic properties and are very easy to remember. In the process of learning, we often encounter multiple component characters. At this point, we need to use splitting to divide multiple component characters into single component characters. While memorizing multiple component characters, we also remember single component characters. This way, when we encounter multiple component characters with the same discrete component in the future, it will be very easy for us to remember them again. The 4 single-component characters separated today. The second single-component character is not commonly used, so we skip it. Let's see how the remaining 3 single-component characters evolved from hieroglyphs. After reading the pictures, I believe you will remember them. It depicts the appearance of a person make a bow with hands folded in front. This is a kind of etiquette, a kind of thing that only people can do. It depicts a sitting woman. It depicts a child in swaddling clothes. From single-component characters to multiple-component characters, from monosyllabic words to disyllabic words, we can know that single-component characters are the foundation of Chinese characters and words. By remembering the 200 commonly used single-component characters, we can remember all commonly used Chinese characters and words. Phonetic system, Pinyin. 1 Chinese character corresponding to 1 syllable. So here are 2 syllables. A syllable consists of 3 aspects: initial and final and tone. The blue letter is the initial. The yellow letter is final. The white ellipse above the finals is the tone. There are 23 initials, 24 finals, and 4 basic tones. As we can see, Pinyin uses the same letters as English, except for the vowel letters A, O, E, I, U, and U,
A, W, E, I, U, Ü.
which have a significant difference in pronunciation from English. The pronunciation of other letters can be found in English. Understanding this, Pinyin is very simple for English users, and the possible difficulty lies in mastering the tone of Pinyin. There are 2 ways to spell a syllable: complete, initial and finals and tones; incomplete, finals and tones. The tone can only appear on the first letter of the finals. Complete spelling accounts for 99%. Only a few incomplete spellings. The spelling rules for Pinyin syllables are our memory points too. This is a website for learning Pinyin, which is very easy to use. We will also use this website in future studies. I will put it in the introduction at the bottom of the video. It should be noted that if we need to type, English is directly typed with letters. In Chinese typing, Pinyin is the most commonly used input method, so learning Pinyin is necessary. Summary of course memory points. Words. There are two kinds of Chinese words, monosyllable words and disyllabic words. Words consist of Chinese characters. One Chinese character corresponds to one Pinyin syllable. So a Chinese character is a monosyllable words. And two Chinese characters are combined into disyllabic words. Characters. There are two kinds of Chinese characters, single component characters and multiple component characters. Single component characters are the simplest Chinese characters. There is only one indivisible structure. They are all evolved from hieroglyphs. There are about 200 commonly used single component characters. We should focus on memorizing these. Multiple component characters, complex Chinese characters, composed of multiple single component characters, commonly used about 1,500 multiple component characters. Pinyin. There are two kinds of pinyin syllable. Complete syllable, initial and final and tone. Incomplete syllable, final and tone. The tone can only appear on the first letter of the final. Complete spelling accounts for 99%. Only a few incomplete spelling. Okay, that is all of this lesson. The following is an after-class exercise, with answers behind the exercises. Carefully completing and consolidating today's knowledge will make the learning effect significant. Hope this lesson will be helpful for you in learning Chinese. If you find this video useful, please click like below and subscribe to our channel. See you next class.
看昨天的我们走远了，在命运广场中央等待，那模糊的肩膀越奔跑越渺小。曾经并肩往前的伙伴，在举杯祝福后都走散。只是那个夜晚，我深深的都留藏在心坎。长大以后，我只能奔跑，我多害怕黑暗中跌倒。明天你好，含着泪微笑，越美好，越害怕得到。每一次又笑着奔跑，一边失去，一边在寻找。明天你好，含着泪微笑，却提醒我，勇敢是什么？
你好，你好，你好，你好，你好，你好，你好，你好，你好，你好，你好，你好。